But there's breaking news that's coming in on the DDCA probe that's been ordered by the Delhi government. And now the union government has countered Gopal Subramaniam's letter to the National Security Advisor. And sources within the government have told CNN-IBN that the National Security Advisor is not the right government channel to demand for more personnel or central personnel to assist in that probe. In fact, what sources are saying is that the State Inquiry Commission demanding central personnel is unprecedented. Remember, Gopal Subramaniam wrote to National Security Advisor Ajit Doval asking for personnel from the CBI, the IB as well as the Delhi Police to assist in this probe on DDCA corruption. Let's bring in CNN-IBN's Arunima, who's getting us this information. Arunima, are these the only objections that union government sources are raising, or is it questioning the veracity of the probe panel itself?
Well, there is a question mark on the veracity of the probe panel. The Lieutenant Governor's views on this were shared with the Union Home Ministry, the nodal ministry for everything that has to do with Delhi. But that is a decision that has yet to be taken, that will be taken very shortly, we are told. But the letter that has gone from Gopal Subramaniam to NSA also has everybody in the central government in shock, because NSA does not really have the authority to assign personnel for any work. NSA is more of a consulting role, the assistance of the Prime Minister. The right channel to follow, if you wanted personnel, was to either write to the Ministry of Home Affairs for Delhi Police personnel, or and to DOPT if you wanted assistance of CBI personnel. As far as Intelligence Bureau is concerned, everybody again is calling this unprecedented. Top officials say the mandate of Intelligence Bureau is not to assist in investigation. They are there as part of the internal security mechanism of the country. Their mandate is not to assist in investigation, and therefore they're at a loss to understand as to why a former Solicitor General would want assistance of the Intelligence Bureau for a court of inquiry. So once the veracity of the inquiry panel is established, perhaps it will be formally communicated to him by the NSA that the right channels have to be followed, and this is not the right way to go about seeking help of central government personnel.
Arunima, thanks for those details. In fact, earlier, CNN-IBN spoke with Gopal Subramaniam about the reason behind writing that letter to Ajit Doval, and he said that this particular case, the DDCA corruption case, may involve national security issues, and the state government is duty-bound to probe those corruption allegations.
There was the Justice Vadva Commission of Inquiry, where I was again a counsel for the commission. The procedure which we followed for selection was exactly the procedure which I have recommended now, which is to have from various sources 5 senior people, that is senior means senior and ones below, with their dossiers, and then you look at all of them and you have a proper investigative team. You see, I cannot predicate any kind of issues which could crop up in this particular inquiry. So that is why, if it is anything to touch upon security, willy-nilly, I should not feel that I did not have enough sense of anticipation of keeping him apprised. My position publicly always has been that whatever needs to be done vis-a-vis the Lieutenant Governor, which means that he initials whatever is the information which he has got from the Delhi government in accordance with the rules of business, must be undertaken. When a legislature passes a resolution that there must be a commission of inquiry, the state government has a statutory obligation to constitute such commission. I have absolutely no doubt that since this has been termed expressly by the Constitution as a state legislature for the purpose of elections, and that they could send people to Rajya Sabha, I have no doubt at all that this is a state legislature, in which event the resolution having been passed by the state legislature had to be respected.
And that brings us to our face-off this evening. It's over to Palki Sharma Upadhyay.
So is the Kejriwal's DDCA probe legally valid is the question we are asking. MLA of the Aam Aadmi Party, Somnath Bharti, is joining us from Delhi. Also RP Singh, spokesperson and National Secretary of the BJP. Good evening to both of you. Mr. Somnath Bharti, the facts first.
Good evening, Palki.
Good evening, sir. The DDCA is not a government body. It is registered under the Companies Act. The centre believes that the only agency that can probe it is the Registrar of Companies, which falls under the Corporate Affairs Ministry. So you have no jurisdiction to conduct this investigation.
Palki, let me just tell your viewers that in 2004, there was a case by Rahul Mehra, who is the standing counsel today in the High Court. In that very case, Honorable High Court had categorically stated, because DDCA does public functions, and that is why it is a public body, and that is why it qualifies to be the state under Article 12 of the Constitution. Similarly, in 2005 also, Honorable Supreme Court came heavily on such a question when it was raised, that it does qualify to be a public body because it does public functions. So there is no question. In fact, recently also, when there was a case by Kerala cricket body or something of that kind, then also this question had arisen, and it was positively answered in favor of the same to be a public body. Hence, the state does have all the rights to investigate any sort of scam which may happen in such bodies. Moreover, I fail to understand, because Arun Jaitley is a politician, so I just want to say that hiding behind technicalities does not suit him. Today, everybody and anybody in BJP is out to defend him. And let me just quote from a recent judgment. Honorable Supreme Court said that all the rules of procedure are the handmaids of justice. The language employed by the draftsman of procedural law may be liberal or stringent, but the fact remains that the object of prescribing procedure is to advance the cause of justice. It was said by the bench comprising of Justices Arijit Pasayat and Mukundakam Sarma.
Okay.
See, I have enough evidences. I'm a lawyer myself. Hence, you know why, let me challenge today through your channel. Arun Jaitley ji is being a senior lawyer from Honorable Supreme Court. Why does he not move to court to get this investigation stopped, to get this probe stopped? He will not. He does know he will fail at the court. He's just trying to have all these drama done outside the court, because he does know he does know the outcome of this possible of this probe, and that is why he's absolutely fearful today. He does know somewhere he's guilty, and he doesn't want to face it.
I will let RP Singh respond to that, also to the statement made by Aam Aadmi Party leaders that it was the Union Sports Ministry which asked the Delhi government to conduct this investigation. RP Singh.
It seems to me Mr. Somnath Bharti is a prosecutor and judge both. He has already announced a judgment that Mr. Jaitley is implicated. As per him, he is already saying so in different words. Mr. Bharti, then why did your so-called nominated person to head the inquiry commission I read the statement today. He said that LG receipt of information, both from cabinet and house, indicates prima facie has consented to appoint the panel. I'm shocked. You leave a letter, I leave a letter at CNN IBN office at the clerk of the ground floor and expect that the decision has been taken. So what are you doing? Are you legally sound? Then you don't issue the statement also. But Mr. Somnath Bharti, it seems to be, you seem to be a lawyer by accident. Man, that's why we know your background. We know what you've been doing till now. So don't quote us law on this. There have been inquiry commission which has already happened by the previous government. Even your inquiry which you conducted has exonerated Mr. Jaitley categorically on all charges. So you can keep holding whatever you want to do. That's your preview. But
Palki, let me just remind my friend, Mr. Singh.
See, this is the
first,
problem.
he should not be taking me personally. Second,
that's the problem with the anarchist government. That's the problem with the anarchist style of system. Sir, can I complete what I have to say? Mr. Bharti, that's the problem with you, that you don't allow other people to speak. Man, you think what my way or highway, that's the way the government runs. Do you think the government runs like this? That whatever we say is right, whatever others say is wrong?
And today it is shamelessly said by Mr. Singh.
Mr. Somnath Bharti, you don't tell me what is shameless. I will have to say something. You'll run out of debate.
Mr. Jaitley, today, unfortunately,
is your dog along with you? Have you brought your dog along? Or you have come alone on this debate? You talking about shame? Have you come alone or have you come with your dog?
Justice of Honorable Supreme Court Markandeya Katjuji as well as Gopal Subramaniam ji, an eminent lawyer of the nation,
Mr. Somnath Bharti, I'm not challenging Mr. Gopal Subramaniam. I'm not challenging Mr. Gopal Subramaniam at all. I'm just saying what statement he has issued. I'm going by the statement he issued, but the statement is read in the newspaper. And he is asking NSA for officers, shows what sort of framework you are working in.
Be brave and face this probe, sir.
Yeah, Somnath Bharti, we are not going to run like you. We are not going to run like you. You are absconding from the court for many days. Everyone knows. Everyone knows you are absconding from the court. That's why I said you are a lawyer by accident. That's why you are running from the court for so many days. So don't give us. We are facing it. We have already filed a defamation case in court. Come in court. We will fight you back in the court. Don't bother. You know how to fight you back.
I do know you, sir.
We will fight you in the court for the defamation. You have filed defamation case. We will file that.
Okay, RP Singh, I want you to respond to this. I want you to respond to this. The former Solicitor General of India, Gopal Subramaniam, who understands law better than most of us, has said that the formation of this probe panel is in tune with the provisions of the Constitution. So why the brouhaha?
First, let me, because Mr. Somnath Bharti alleges a lot of things, he speaks a lot of things which is not in context also. Mr. Somnath Bharti, have you come along or have you brought your dog which you leased on your wife?
Let's not, please, let's not digress.
But
please, let's focus on what we're talking about.
Talk about the personal issues and agenda.
When you deflect, it does prove.
You are absconding from
proves more guilty.
For many days. Everyone knows in Delhi that you were hiding somewhere in UP or Haryana. Trying to run away from the law. You are talking about law.
When you get deprived of.
To talk about law.
Sir, Mr. Singh,
and
you're
see
failing to
understand. Man who's talking about law, man
all
who
such deflective
against whom there's a notice by Delhi
Mr.
police and by
Jaitley look
court.
more guilty. You have no idea about it.
Oh, leave
today you are
we know
absolutely
who's guilty. Who's guilty in auto scam, who's guilty in sugar scam, who's guilty in onion scam. Delhi knows that. How much money have you made in auto scam? Everyone knows that. How Delhi government is implicated in auto scam? Everyone knows that. How licenses were given at a premium charged by your people. Everyone knows that. Who are the people who are charging premium on auto licenses by your government? Everyone knows that. Let us know that how much crore rupees you have made in that scam. Let's be clear on that also.
Sorry. You have lost the battle, sir. You are not at all
we'll face you to court. You will already put your court, we will tell you what you receive the court. We'll battle is not fought on the TV debate.
RP Singh, that is the question then, RP Singh. If you're so convinced about your position and your party's position, why not go to court against this investigation?
We don't need to go. They will go to court. Let them go to court. Why shall we go?
Because your government has decided to call it invalid.
No. Allow me to complete. Under the law of Delhi, Delhi is a state, not a state. It's a union territory. And union territory is being managed by the central government and through LG, by president through LG. So it has to be either state or the central government can form the commission. So it has to be referred through LG. LG is already referred to the central government. They will decide on it.
Neither they have understanding of the politics or the people's emotions or the property.
Sir, we know people motion better than you. Man who could
today the nation is watching how shamelessly BJP is defending one person accused of deep corruption.
Of Delhiites than this. Delhiites never elected you to unleash a dog on your pregnant wife. You are the same person who did so. So don't tell me all this about the emotion and sentiment. You have befooled Delhiites. People who could cheat the poor auto wala, who are your first supporter in Delhi. What can be bigger shame than this? That poor auto wala who used to put posters of yours, of Aam Aadmi, you have cheated them by charging them premium and pocketing their premium in your pocket.
With your permission, I want to ask a question,
You are absolutely today proving the case stronger, sir.
Do you want to comment, sir, on the demands, on the request made by Gopal Subramaniam to conduct this investigation? Sources saying it's a most unusual request and procedure has not been followed. What kind of an investigation is this?
Palki, problem is that from the time we emerged as a political party, everything what we are doing is unconventional. We are not at all doing any conventional thing.
It's not unconventional.
Problem is that there was an unwritten law among the BJP and Congress and other political parties to do everything to befool people. We are not the traditional party. We will not do traditional things. We will go out of the way to ensure that justice does prevail. And if Honorable Gopal Subramaniam ji has written a letter, then let it be decided officially. Let the minister say that this letter is illegal. We are not here to do things as per the convention. Convention is for the people's interest. If people's interest does demand a letter to be written to NSA, he has written. Let us all welcome it. Mr. Gopal Subramaniam should be empowered further by the central government also to do an unbiased, absolute, expeditious hearing and probe, and let the country know who is guilty.
Right, and your Chief Minister, the Chief Minister of Delhi rather, has tweeted to say that the Home Ministry, he understands, has sent this file to the Prime Minister to decide whether to declare an inquiry commission, the inquiry commission illegal.
Once again, there is a letter with me. See, there is a commission of inquiry which was, I just want to show on your camera.
Yes.
If it can be zoomed. See, this is a public notice announcing commission of inquiry back in 2010, 8th of December 2010.
Right.
And it was announced by the government of Delhi. There have been precedents where government of Delhi has announced commission of inquiry, but there have been no questions about those commission of inquiry. Here the questions are being raised because one top person, almost de facto Prime Minister of the nation, is in dock and is facing this probe. He is facing such charges. Even smallest amount of probity demands. He should step down. He should face, as a good citizen, this probe. And if there are things which should make him clean, he will come out clean. What is the problem?
Right. So you're saying that the BJP is hiding behind a technicality. The BJP says you're not following procedure and you have no jurisdiction to conduct this investigation. That's where the matter rests as of now. The Delhi Chief Minister tweeting to say the file has gone to the Prime Minister to decide. We'll wait and see how this goes. Thanks very much, Somnath Bharti and RP Singh, for joining us this evening on the Face Off. We're taking a break at this point. News and updates continue.